Hi there. I'm Dr. Joe from Boca, and I'm wondering how I can be of help to you today. Recently, I've been getting lots of emails, and there seems to be a very strong theme. And what lots of you are talking about is this feeling of being stuck. Now, some of you are talking about parenting situations, some of you are talking about financial situations, others of you have been talking about romantic situations that you're involved in. But the common theme across many of your recent emails has to do with feeling stuck and not knowing how to proceed, or even more difficult perhaps, is a lot of you are talking about having made a plan, having made a decision, but somehow you just get frozen. In fact, one of you yesterday wrote a very lovely email, and you talked about feeling as if your feet were trapped in mud. And the more you thought about moving forward, the mud became quicksand. And then you described feeling frozen in ice, etc. And I too often feel like this, so I thought I would take a minute and simply try to address what can you do when you want to do something but you feel yourself frozen. Now, as many of you now know, as we're getting to know each other, I'm one of these beginner students in golf, and I love the game. And as a beginner, I have lots of enthusiasm, not much skill, but I'm out there, I'm practicing, and I'm trying to improve. And I think it's a very fascinating game. And in fact, this morning, I was privileged to walk 9 holes by myself early in the morning prior to coming into the office, and I reached one of those decisions. And for those of you who play golf, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a situation, and let's face it, it could be about golf, it could be about anything that you're dealing with in your life. But there I was, and I had to make a decision, and I could do what I always do, which is lay up. In other words, hit the safe shot, which is my nature, I guess most of the time, or I could go for it. Well, I am very proud of myself, and I'm very proud to share with you this morning. Now, again, I was playing by myself. I admit to that. I took out the appropriate club, and I went for it. And much to my surprise and chagrin, the ball took off. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. Cleared the water. I'm over in 2. So, of course, I could then mess up on the other side of the lake, but I don't really care about that. So what's the point? I didn't do anything spectacular today. It was me. It wasn't anybody else. But what I did was I went with my decision. I went with my gut. Now, I've been thinking about this for a long time, but afraid to move forward. I've been carrying this around on the golf course as if, oh my gosh, I better play it safe. But I have a plan, and the plan is to go for it. And this morning I just did it. And now what's fascinating, now I can do it again. And I made a promise to myself that from now on that course, on that particular hole, I'm not going to lay up again. Because it's better for me, not only as a golfer, but for my own mental state, to take the shot, to take the swing, to trust myself. And if the ball flies in the water, big deal. But that's the decision. And I know you're thinking about a number of situations you're involved in, and you know what to do, and something's holding you back. And I'm telling you, just go for it. You've thought it through. You've got a plan. It's time to trust yourself. And you're going to love the result. I'm Dr. Joe from Boca. I love talking with you. Let's talk soon.